Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. 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 Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
What's up, folks?
It is September 4th.
September 4th.
What day is it?
Ooh, September 4th.
We are. It's Wednesday,
After Labor Day.
September 4th. We are now officially
Starting fall, are we?
starting fall.
All right, well, let's get the show moving real quick. We got, of course, myself, publisher of Swerv Magazine, Jamel Fletcher. And to my left, I have Tony Nelson.
That would be Tony and I. Thank
Miss
you, Nelson.
WTF.
Yes, Miss What the Fuck?
And what else? What other titles do you have for this week?
That's it.
No. You got to say it. You got to say it. He's a Capital Pride.
Capital 2019 Capital Pride
hero.
honoree.
Yes.
Hero, right. And, of course, you
Yes.
already know our editor-at-large, Mr. Capital Pride. What
Mr.
year?
Capital Pride 2000.
Ooh.
6.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't 2006.
14, 15.
No, it was like 3 years ago.
That would be 16.
Yeah, like 16, something
All
like
right. You don't have a sash with the number on
that.
it?
It's at my house in the
Okay.
closet. I've retired from pageantry.
All right, yo. So welcome. So anyway, let's get started. We got our September issue is we're still under development with it, but we have our July, August issue that you can still purview
With
for
Giselle
for your
Barbie
reading.
Royale.
That's right. And she
Miss
looks fabulous.
International Queen.
Yes,
She had a
is.
fabulous opening for the Continental this year.
Oh, her
She did?
as a former walk. I missed it. I didn't look
Oh,
at
I
the
didn't
pictures.
see that.
Yeah,
She
Miss
was-
Continental was this past weekend.
She was bald,
Okay.
Was
Really?
she?
shaved.
Work.
I bet she looked gorgeous.
She did. She looked really nice. But then
Who broke it up?
Mocha Montrese came out right behind her
Oh.
bald with that Wakanda body. I was
Work.
like, ugh.
Yes, I'll eat.
Did
it
they
was
not?
a-
Did they not preview that to say, "Girl, I'm doing the bald look
Girl,
today"?
It was real good.
You have to understand that.
Both of them was fairs.
You have to understand that Continental, when they have the former walk, it's the battle royale.
That's
Oh,
the best
whoa.
part
That's
of it
when them
all.
hoes come back to be like, I'm here to let you know.
But she's Miss International Queen.
They both were great. I didn't mean one was better than the other, but it
Right.
was just they both were like right behind. They both were fabulous.
Y'all, the world is something. Huh? What's wrong? Hey, move
Sorry,
move
I'm
on
trying
over.
to make sure that my hair blends.
It's not real. It's Memorex.
It's all illusion.
Maybelline.
It's
Okay,
all
let's,
illusion.
let's keep moving.
Maybelline, I need
Do y'all?
stock.
Oh, we have advertising opportunities, of course,
Yes,
on
we
the
do.
show and within the magazine. Contact myself. I got hit up earlier today
Oh, you got hit up?
by someone inquiring about advertising. I'll follow them up. I didn't know if you hit them up. So.
The lipstick review asked me to remind you that they still have their budget.
Oh, they still got their budget?
But did you
Them-
connect me with
Them
them?
my
They
group-
wait for a
my
callback.
first group of people, they
So
still
you
got
need
their
me to-
budget?
Who? I never talked.
Yeah, I did.
I
Yeah,
sent them the kid.
So you need me
Okay.
to connect you?
Yes, Yes.
I'll do that
yes,
tomorrow.
Yes, please do. Please
Sign,
do.
seal, and deliver it.
And we're willing,
I'll take that. Maybe I was supposed to.
and
do
we're
that.
willing to work with your budget. We can customize something that works for you, as long as it's a budget.
It's a budget. You got to have some change.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I'll
paper
connect
costs
you.
money, baby. Okay. All right. You ready?
Before we go, I just want to give Eric Shields is on. I just want to say happy belated birthday. He was here on the show last week. Thank you for being a guest with Millennium Salon.
He had a birthday?
He just celebrated his birthday, my brother. Happy birthday to
All right,
you.
Eric. Happy
Love
belated.
you to pieces.
All right. Let's keep it moving. All right. So, what went on with you? What's going on with you these days? I know you got all these lineups and these shows.
We had we were at Ziegfeld's on
Which I missed.
this past Friday. It was the best show ever.
Really?
Oh my God!
You would
Was this
say
the
that.
anniversary show?
You would say that since I
No,
No,
missed
the
it.
anniversary show is this Friday coming
Okay.
up. So I've been a host at Ziegfeld for a year now.
Has it been a year already?
Wow.
A year.
And that's in Washington, D.C., y'all.
Washington, D.C. So we have our anniversary show coming up this Friday, and it's featuring Alicia Kelly and Jasmine Blue.
It was hot in
and
here. Is it me-
Lucidor.
me?
So it's going to be our headliner show, and so it should be a lot of fun.
That's right. I
So
didn't see
I
it.
hope that you guys can come and join us.
Oh, she looked. They would be okay.
It will
sorry.
be. I hope you guys can come and join us. Thank you.
And I thank you, Tony Nelson.
We found the picture of Giselle. That's
Yes,
why.
they were fabulous.
We have to show that next time.
That's Giselle
Okay.
and Mocha.
What's going on with you? Renee?
Everybody, as
Actually,
you,
I have a slide for you for Indie Fashion Week.
Yes,
Did
please.
you want to mention that? Do we have
Yeah.
number 3?
Yes.
Ta-da.
Indie Fashion Week.
Ooh, we got front row seats.
As everybody, I announced a couple of weeks ago, I am the director of beauty for Indie Fashion Week Cycle 9 this year. Yay! And I have an amazing team of about 10 hairstylists and makeup artists that will be working under me. I am super stoked about this opportunity. Thank you, Harley Morgan, who is
I'm looking forward to it.
the founder of this. I had the list of all the events. I can't find
That's
it.
all right. We'll
I'll have it
talk
next
about
week.
it next week. It's
But
September. Start September.
September 16th all the way through the 22nd. It is going to be a run of different events. Please go and check out. Can you
Are the
bring-
events free?
can
You want to bring the slide
no,
back
they're
up?
Not, they're not free. Can you bring? Some of them are.
But they're going to be free for us
If
because
you
we
go
got.
down,
we got-
if you
we know
go to the
you.
website www.indiefashionweekdc.com. Please support this event.
Right.
It is created by a DC native who was one of the young men who started under my production company straight out of high school with me and William and Brandon.
All right.
So I'm
He's
interested in.
branched
So
out.
do we get when do we get our passes?
I will work on that.
I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna work the Marvel theme.
Well, again,
what is the
it's
theme again? Say it again.
The State of Marvel.
The State of Marvel.
And
right.
again, like I told you, it's a play on words. So it's kind of a homage to Marvel comics, but it's about what you're going to see. You're going to marvel over. So it's a play. So
Okay.
it's not a hard theme. It's a loose.
But it's
theme.
woven within
But
there.
I'm playing with the theme.
It's
with
not
hair.
literal.
It's not literal, but
Got it.
I am taking it into consideration when it comes to hair and makeup looks. So you'll kind of see a feel of it. You'll get what
I'm sure it's
trying
going to
do.
be fabulous if
gonna be great.
you get to exercise your vision.
So I'm super stoked about that. Yay!
All right. What's going on with me? Well, hey, football season starts Sunday. I'm excited.
You're so butch.
Wow is the word.
Now, since you know,
We play the Philadelphia Eagles. My team plays.
Everybody knows that
plays
Jamil
that
loves the
Washington
Philadelphia
team,
Eagles.
Plays that Washington racist
Don't
team.
do
I
it.
don't mention that name.
Don't
but
do
since
it.
you know about football, what are you hearing about the Redskins coming back to
I don't say that name. In Washington.
the Washington team? Coming
What
back
about
to
them?
I heard that they're moving their stadium back to DC.
Are they?
Well, if anything, I heard it's probably going to Virginia because DC doesn't want to pay for a stadium. Where are we going to put the stadium? Who's going to buy? I haven't heard anything the last
The reason
week.
why I'm mentioning it because they mentioned it today in one of our meetings. It's supposed to be over by the Navy Yard, but everybody was saying weird.
How the hell are they going to do that? We
That's
already
the word.
crowded.
Well, they tear
supposed to be-
they'll
it's
tear
supposed to be near-
stuff down.
Supposed to be near Nat Stadium. All three of those stadiums supposed to be right
Well,
next
which
to each
would
other.
make
Where
sense.
they gonna put it? You got National Stadium here. You
There's
got
plenty of
South
space.
Capitol Street. Then you go over 4 blocks,
They're gonna
and
tear-
then there's the soccer stadium.
They'll
They're
tear
going to
stuff
tear
down.
stuff down.
Right.
They're going to tear
Girl,
stuff
why
down.
don't, this
They
is what
could
I don't
probably-
understand. Why didn't they just knock down RFK and rebuild that from
Because
the break?
if you remember
anyway,
the
it was
history,
stupid.
because the history was Sharon Pratt Kelly did not get along with Jack Kent Cooke. and they
Well, she didn't want it. He wanted some
wanted-
concessions. She was not
and
able.
she was
willing
willing to
make.
give him, and she felt like he
Right.
was trying to bully her, and
Which he was.
and he took. He was trying.
People
to
don't
get,
realize at the time he also owned the Los Angeles Lakers,
right, and he was trying to get the stadium built quickly because he knew he was on.
and he
his
wanted them to
last
pay
leg.
for it. Right.
Yeah.
And Baltimore paid for the stadium. Right. DC residents are not willing to pay for a stadium. Trust me.
You said Baltimore paid for the stadium?
Yeah, Baltimore bought two
For
stadiums
FedEx?
at the same time: the FedEx Field and the Ravens Stadium.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Ravens Stadium.
yeah,
is
the
beautiful.
days of jurisdictions getting taxpayers to pay for stadiums for private owners is kind of over.
But it's a different city now. But it's a
is.
different city now.
yeah,
It's a
the land's
different-
too valuable.
It's a different city. It's a different, but it's a different tax income.
Oh,
now
yeah.
Yeah,
also.
we are Manhattan.
Yeah, they're working on trying to get a statehood. That's why.
These people might be willing to spend the money.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Trust me, they're not.
You don't think they're trying to get a
No,
statehood?
no, they're not.
I think that's why they're trying to raise the income bracket in the
course.
city, so they can say that we can afford to be.
All right,
a
well, let's
state.
keep moving. You know, this thing's in front of the clock, so I can't see what time it is.
Uh,
Anyway, so
got pineapples?
let's go to news. Let's go to news. So, y'all, 17 million voters were purged from the voter ranks from 2016 to 2018.
Sounds like a Republican.
Can you
move,
say
if
voter
ask me.
suppression is live?
Sounds like a Republican move, if you ask me.
So we got a little darker real quick. So let me just encourage everyone
I
to
like the
go
melanin.
check your voter status.
Please check your voter
Because
status, please.
we can win everything we want, but we got to get out and vote, and you need to make sure you're registered.
But it's so interesting that they are now saying that Elizabeth Warren is tied with
Biden.
Oh, she's my candidate.
She's my
I'm reading
candidate.
her book, and I'm like, you are the one to change this country and
I
rebuild
have
this middle
to.
class.
But
Can
I want to like Bernie too. But I just think Bernie's. I mean, I hate ageism, but Bernie's.
And he's all
too
talk.
old. He just,
Oh, you know what? I will say this. I have got to agree with you.
Put on lipstick? Go ahead, I'm sorry. We're talking about our guest.
Baby, yes.
We haven't even mentioned our
I need
guest,
some
Messiah,
callbacks.
is coming.
I need some callbacks. No, I'm with you though. Like Elizabeth Warren, like when I stopped and paid attention to like her backstory and like where she came from and what she did before she moved into politics, and then you
School
listen
teacher.
to she was a professor
But she was
of finance.
no, but she was also a school teacher.
Was she?
Yeah, elementary
yes, she
school
was.
Yeah, she like, and then if you listen to her plan, I was like,
How about you read her book?
Yeah, she's pretty. She's
have to
pretty
go-
remarkable.
I'm gonna have to
I'm
go
like,
do that.
you can get this thing done. Every time I hear her talk,
Yeah.
and
But
as
I've
I'm reading the
lived for
book,
her.
I'm like, you can get some
She's
stuff
always
done.
been the barking dog. I've always lived for her.
She's pretty remarkable, and the thing that, if you listen to her, she is the one who has a cohesive plan.
She does.
To what this happens. This is my plan.
Plan A,
this is,
plan B,
This is
plan
how
C.
I plan to present it. This is how I plan to execute it. But the important thing she's able to say, and this is why it will work.
That's right. That's right.
And that's really
She's
important.
the only one that's doing that.
And I just
Everybody else
really-
is blowing smoke.
And the Young Turks show said that any Democrat, and the Young Turks were the only liberal group that predicted that Trump would win. They said Trump would win the 2016 election, but he's saying that Trump will not win 2020.
He shouldn't, but they're
He
gonna
said,
cheat.
but the only misstep that the Democrats can make at this point is if they nominate Joe Biden. That Joe Biden could lose that election to Trump because he's so foggy.
He's old. He's dated.
And you need and what's
And
really
he's not going to get. He's
and
not
what's-
going to get the millennials and
but
black and
but
Latino people out to vote.
everybody is criticizing Marianne Williamson, who I
Why are they criticizing
who
her?
I think Marianne
She's
Williamson is brilliant.
everything.
I think she's brilliant.
She is.
But I followed Marianne Williamson since the 80s.
Right.
Oh,
I
really?
think she's brilliant. I've been reading her stuff since the
But the
80s.
question is, can she govern?
Now, I'm not sure saying that she
But
can govern,
that's
but
not
she
the
made
point.
Yeah, it
she
is.
made a solid point.
Thank you.
Trump won 2016 because he was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Like it, don't like it, he was a phenomenon.
Right.
The only way that you can sit a phenomenon down is bring another phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Like
Right.
Obama. That was a phenomenon.
He was a
Right.
phenomenon.
I have to
Joe
agree.
Biden, you are not a phenomenon.
Right.
You
We've
are
done-
the-
you've
you're
had
the
your
road.
chances,
You
right.
have to bring somebody. You got this black president who was going to move this country so far to the left, blah, 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 blah. So then you get the worst racists in the world. That's the phenomenon. The only way you're going to sit him down is bring another phenomenon in. And I think
if he does one more, if he keeps messing around with these farmers, I'm telling you.
well, they're predicting.
They are almost the which I call pitchforks at the fences at the
Well,
gates.
I watched.
They are almost down here protesting and shooting up people. Trust me.
I watch the Young Turks all the time. I love that show. I love their outlook, and they're predicting. One of them is predicting. The one who predicted that Trump would win 2016, and everybody was saying you're crazy. He said no, he's going to win.
I had a feeling,
but
he was
he's
going to.
predicting that Trump is going to resign. He said he's going to resign. He's going to get to the point where he.
I wouldn't doubt that,
because it just came out now that his plan was, his aides was saying that his plan was he was going to purposely, when he was away in at the L7, his plan was to purposely try to destroy the economy just to get back at the Chinese. Not because it was a good idea, but just to get back at the Chinese. And they had to talk him out of that. They're constantly talking him out of something that's crazy. So maybe they're going to talk him into resigning.
Well, anything's possible, but he didn't want to be president in the first place.
Anyway,
I'm sure it's driving him crazy. But
He
let's
didn't
keep it
even think he was
moving.
gonna
Let's keep it
win.
moving. Right. But we
Child,
got Okay, so we got something else, y'all. Maryland HBCUs are suing the state for lack of funding. I think we have an image here. So Morgan State, Bowie, Coppin, Maryland Eastern Shore, they're suing the state because what the state has done is, instead of funding the programs and funding these institutions, and this suit was initially launched in 2006, they have they've allocated money to create them at white schools in that state.
Maryland's supposed to be a little bit more progressive than that.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So instead, the Maryland school, the black schools are suing them, and it's been going on since 2006.
Who's the governor of
and
Maryland?
they just got,
Who's the governor of Maryland?
Hogan.
Okay.
And they just got. They tried to do mediation, and the deadline for that has passed. So it's really about to get real ugly.
It's about to go down.
It's about to get real ugly.
Well, I'm here for the battle royale. Let's get some popcorn.
And this
watch.
is happening all over the country to our private HBCUs, where they're trying to dismantle them and defund them and all that. So this case is going to really set the precedence for what's going to happen. Anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, y'all. Hurricane Dorian, and I tell you, it did a number on the Bahamas.
I heard.
It just sat in the Bahamas and twirled and twirled and twirled.
Well,
And it did just like Kenya Moore. It twirled.
but one of my children, Joey.
Oh, that's
lives-
right. Joey
is in
does
the
live
Bahamas.
down
Is
there.
it? That's right. Have
Yes.
you talked to him?
I have talked to Joey. Joey was on the news while it was all happening. I was like, "You better go. You go, son or daughter. I call him."
Yes. You know.
But I talked to Joey and his mom. Luckily, they have a house in Freeport. That's where they're from.
Freeport,
and
what?
Freeport, Bahamas.
Oh.
Freeport Island. But that's the island that got really
Hey, JJ.
decimated. But they were in Nassau, and so Nassau did not get the brunt of the storm. Thank goodness.
But do they have power
No,
and all that
they
stuff?
don't. Joey's last.
So he's from Freeport, but
Right,
he
and his
lived-
sister still lives in Freeport.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think she checked in.
So
But
we should do something
I
because I
think
know they
like
need
over
help.
50% of the houses are
Gone,
destroyed.
I know
in
they
Freeport.
start getting casualty counts in.
And so he told me he's going to try to fly out of the Bahamas next week.
Wow.
Try to get out and.
Well, you know
Yeah.
that they're talking about it's moving the way that
It's going up the
It's
East
moving up
Coast?
the East Coast. Actually talked to one of my clients. Her parents live in Charleston.
Well, my mom lives. My mom lives 45 minutes outside
and
of Charleston.
she went to Charleston to try to convince her parents to leave, but they were like, "No, we're gonna be here."
No.
So she was like,
My mother had to see. My mother's no fool. She got in her car.
"Yes, mother."
At 82, Madam got in her car and she hightailed
Where is
it.
she now?
Here.
She didn't drive up this far. Now she ain't that crazy. But she drove in there. I said, "Where
I
you
mean-
at?" She said, "Child, I got out of there."
I know that's
I mean,
got
how
my
many
car.
times you got to tell people, it's coming, you need to leave? People, and I'm going to ride it out. Ride what
Yeah,
out?
she
Well, you
punched
know,
it.
You surf?
You do have some people. You have some people who have been there for years and have gone through, and they're like, "Girl, we rode this out. We can ride this one out too."
This ain't
so
the same.
They're all
and
getting worse.
Hey,
All right, let's
hear-
keep it moving.
You know,
You
got
as,
three
you
more
know,
coming behind it.
Your president said the global warming is not
can't see
real.
it.
1022.
22.
Okay, we're gonna move this pineapple so that
Yes.
baby can
All right,
see.
well, let's keep it moving. Let's keep moving. Now, let's go to what's
I'm
hot.
gonna get you a T-shirt that says "Let's
Good.
keep it moving."
All right.
because that's your slogan. You
that
say
my
that every
slogan?
show. Let's keep it moving.
Like,
Let's
get
keep
you,
it
like
moving.
get you some.
Like get you some. Ah, hey.
So y'all, what's hot? Serena wins.
Baby, did you
at the
see her on the
US
cover of
Open.
Essence magazine?
Did she win?
I did. I like her on the cover.
Oh, did you see the cover?
She's
of
winning
Essence?
so far. She's in the semifinals tomorrow evening. I think Serena's going to finally win this 24th Grand Slam, which is unprecedented in the Open era. She will tie Margaret Court.
Is she gonna play that 14-year-old?
No,
That girl gonna slay
Corey's
her
already.
game.
Coco Golf, she lost already.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she did. Hey, JJ.
She made her mark though. She made a name for herself.
And she made a lot of money. She made over $500,000
And then you have it.
over three
Say what
over
you
a
want.
week and a half.
She got a check.
And doubles. She played doubles too.
She collecting bags.
So y'all look out for Serena. If she wins, she'll play tomorrow evening.
But she
and then
doesn't win.
plays,
She doesn't win. She wasn't feeling good. You know, she never.
She
sometimes
played
she
great last night.
That's
let me
always
tell
her.
you.
That's always her excuse. Well, I wasn't feeling well, girl. You just lost.
Well, she had, she's 37, 37.
Serena?
Oh, yeah. So
what-
she's really not supposed to be doing this. She's competing at that high level.
And she done had a baby.
She just pumped out a baby.
And she is living La Vida Loca. with
I
her
ain't buying
husband.
it.
Can I tell you, if y'all have not seen the new cover Essence magazine,
It's a
it
cute
is
cover.
A beautiful.
I haven't read the
Serena?
articles.
Yeah, it's
But
a
Serena,
beautiful
she's got a little
close-up
African
shot,
thing
and
on
they
the
took
side.
the whole side of her face and did an African.
But there's an image in that where she's wearing this hat that is over,
Baby, so-
over. That
Sing
image
that.
is over.
I haven't seen
So
it.
what I want to tell y'all to do is go check that out. And we're gonna have it next week.
You will have it next week. yes.
We're gonna have that next week, and we're gonna have, if you have not seen
The
the,
Whiskey
new
Story.
Variety
Who's on
cover,
that?
Baby Miss Lapita.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, glory in lime green.
All right, everybody's
Come on
putting the
through.
black girls on covers.
Itty
and stuff.
ratata. So we'll have that picture next week, and we'll have the Serena Williams picture next
We're
week.
gonna
All right.
move. We're gonna move on.
Yeah,
We're gonna move on. Keep it moving.
Leslie Jones is leaving Saturday Night Live
Oh,
after
wow.
4 or 5 years, I think it is.
Baby.
She never made me chuckle. I'm sorry.
She's funny to me,
hilarious.
but I don't watch it. Do y'all watch? I haven't seen
I
that
don't
show
watch
in years.
it, but I think Leslie
Dated.
Jones is hilarious.
She never made me chuckle not one time. I was just
Really?
looking-
I love her.
Okay, all right.
But I ain't mad. I'm happy that she had a gig. You know, I ain't never mad at somebody getting
I
a gig.
do. I will say that I think the Saturday Night Live gave her a platform for people to actually kind of see
Of
her.
course, it said her story was she was the oldest cast member. At, I think she was 40, 42.
When they casted her?
When she cast, but she was brought on to be a writer at first. And they brought her on, but she was the oldest cast member. And I
Right.
think, they've had maybe just a small handful of black women on that show.
So since we're talking about black women and shows, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard great reviews about the Black Woman sketch show that's on BET. Have you seen it yet?
It's not on. It's on HBO.
HBO, I mean.
I've seen it
I
a
haven't
couple
seen it
times.
yet.
Some of it is good.
I
Some
heard
of
the
it is.
227 remake was hilarious.
And that I didn't see.
I
Some
saw
of it they were trying
You can see
too
the
hard.
227. The 227 was a little bit too hard, but you can see that on Facebook. But the woman who played Mary, she was
Jack
good.
A.
Yeah, she was.
But
good.
this is
Sandra.
one of the actresses
And they all
from
pop-
DC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The girl that was on, you know her too, because we talked about her. She does a lot of stuff. She was on that Morris Chestnut series,
Right.
where she played the lesbian
was.
sister. I think she went to Duke Ellington.
You
She
thought
was
Samara?
on-
Samara,
I think
No,
so.
Samara?
no. And she went to Duke Ellington. She was on the Virgin Again series on TV One.
Somebody look it up for
She
us.
works a lot.
okay.
Somebody
All
look
right,
it
for
up
Duke
us.
Ellington alum, breaking it all the way out.
I know she's from DC. I think she's a DC alum. I can't
Okay,
remember her name. But
Duke.
anyway, we'll check
We
it out.
take it. We'll take it. Thank you.
All right. As we move on, of course, we got the Nations Foundation Gala
Yes.
in October.
Come on, Zakia.
All right, Zakia with Nations Foundation, and she's got Giselle Barbie Royale as a keynote speaker.
Yes, Miss
That should be
International
hot.
Queen.
We got to plan a road trip to go. I want to go.
When is this?
October 26th.
I'll be there that Sunday, so I don't know if I could do Richmond 2 days in a row.
Oh Lord, you can't stay over for dinner. I mean, you can't do a
wish-
gala and then do
I
your
wish
show.
we could get Giselle here that Wednesday. That would be amazing.
That would be fun. Check it out. Check it out.
Giselle.
All right. Then next we've got, of course, David Clemens, who's running for Memphis City Council.
Memphis.
Y'all, October 3rd is election. We could elect him to the city council in Memphis.
Yes.
So send him some money.
And when you send 10 to him, you send 10 to us.
But I
Thank
think
you.
just send him some money first. He needs,
He needs some.
elections
he needs some
cost
support.
money.
Yes, and magazines cost money too.
They do.
Thank you.
They do. We're working on that.
Bless God,
All
amen.
right. And then, of course, the Trans March. is happening nationally from September, I think, 15th through the 18th. So one of the big events is here on the mall.
And Malik Yoba's going to be here.
Shade.
That's no shade.
So Malik said he likes transgender women.
everybody-
No.
falling all
He said
out.
he is attracted to trans persons. My question was, is that male presenting or female presenting?
I don't think
Come
he
on,
cares.
Malik, come on out. Are you gonna be?
I was, but no shade. I was
Be
happy
it.
for Malik.
Malik
What's
is
his name?
sexy.
I
Malik?
just want to watch.
I
didn't know
think he
was
might
still,
be.
I didn't know he was still acting.
Yeah, he's in some
You know, they're
series,
supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be bringing New York Undercover back.
but I don't think he's going to be in it, is he?
Yeah, I think they got the original two. Him
Good
and
for
the Latino
him.
boy.
I thought that was very brave of him.
I always thought he was kind of cute.
Really?
I
Well,
always
he was
thought
cuter
cute.
on the show, and
you're
then
not trans.
then he got a little thicker.
But you're not
What's wrong
trained.
with Thick? Thick is in.
He got a little too juicy in the
Baby,
wrong place.
I'm here for it. Come here, let me hold up on you.
I like him
You
juicy, but
squeeze
not
up
too
on that
juicy.
love handle.
Right,
That's
anyway.
the Lord. Amen.
Well, good for
I
him.
think that's a bit.
We're gonna talk about that next week.
I want
Let's
to get
talk
to
about
our
that.
special guest.
Yes. So, y'all, we got a special musical artist in the house, Mosiah. Am I
Mosiah!
saying it correctly? Am I saying it correctly?
Well, you better
giving
you
us.
better emote.
Is
in
he
that
giving us
picture.
Egyptian? Is he giving us?
Egyptian God? You better emote in the name.
I love
Is he
him.
giving
Hallelujah.
us Imhotep? Is he giving us Imhotep? Anyway, so. But we're going to bring him on. But I want to start with one of his videos. Which one should we show first?
Which
I
one
like
should I show?
I like
Bin
Bin
Laden,
Laden.
Butch Queen, or Edenwald Dreams? I'm going to let you pick. Which one
one?
is it, Mosiah?
Oh, come
Butch
on,
Queen
Butch Queen
16.
16.
PJ, you got that?
Get your CarMax ready. Thank
Let's
you.
run it, y'all, and then he's gonna join the cast. All right, kick it.
Come on over. Kill a bitch. Yes.
Told y'all niggas.
Yeah, we need a microphone. Does that work?
Ran down on some Butch
Our
Queens.
mic's muted.
Ran down on some Butch Queens. You know me, got these niggas begging. Gave them dick, wonder why the niggas still begging. Ran down on some Butch Queen. Ran down on some Butch Queens. You know me, got these niggas begging. Gave them dick, wonder why the niggas still begging. Running his mouth, no I'm not talking to Dow. What's for the jaws in the mouth, home in the mouth. Got him on video now, putting some dick in his mouth. Look at him now, I done feel tough on niggas that be out here envying me. Flips here, bad ass light skin nigga make OD money. No shade, I just saw some trees and a couple G's. And I leave some G's and my nigga G. Boom, 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 boom. Pull up on the side. Run up on these niggas cause I gave these niggas time. I am in my prime, the optimist prime. Fuckin' with my money, it's gon' have to be a climb. And that nigga, everybody's nigga wanna know. They be pressed, waiting for me. They be waiting at the door. Ain't no joke, I be flexing, I be doing the bid. I be selling me some niggas pimp game on the grid. Instagram poppin', get 100 likes in a sec. Ghost writing for these niggas, haven't write me a check. I ran off on the plug too. Last year he was begging me to come through. So I let him hit, let him eat the cake too. Like anime in the limo, beam me up too. He the one that be down. Down low, but they know how a nigga get down. Everybody in the club know the plug. Dark skin, slim boy, they Harlem thugs. Know it's baby mother, she be trying to be cool. So I told her, oh damn girl, you know him too. Ran down on some Butch Queen. Ran down on some Butch Queen. You know me, got these niggas begging. Gave him dick, wonder why the niggas still begging. Ran down on some Butch Queen. Ran down on some Butch Queen. You know me, got these niggas begging. Gave him dick, wonder why the niggas still begging. Told these bum ass niggas, pussy ass niggas, whack ass niggas, faggot ass niggas. Kid. Aw man, I done did this shit all summer. This shit right here is crazy. True. Don't deal with them snake niggas. Genesis was the first sign. First crime was the first time. Cross lines on them thin lines. Tim's I will when I drag niggas when a bitch lie. Don't care if the bitch cry, tell a bitch bye. If the bitch try, gangs out and be more. Ain't that where you stays at? Chillin' now, nigga, lay back. My time, nigga, pay back. When I see a nigga and a bitch smile, goons placed on speed dial. All summer I'm going off, all summer I'm showing out. Look cute when I'm going out, and it's one for the team when I'm hoeing out. Oops, that was your man, nigga. I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry. Nigga, now. Bitch a bow, bitch a bow. I'm on a new level, get on my new level. Why they be hitting me? They can have several, the shit is pitiful. And he ain't feeling you, nigga be dissing you. Why don't you get a boo? South Bronx, straight gutter. I don't play with these lames, I don't play with they mother. Ask Charlene how we rock on the concrete. And if it ain't concrete, then it's rock sheet. And we pop 5 in the fucking snow sleep. Make a bitch sleep, call that little bitch Bo Peep. Call a little Bo Peep. Call that bitch little Bo Peep. Bitch, where my sheep at?
All right,
And
y'all.
she-
All right,
and
that
the-
was Mosiah.
Mosiah.
Hey, y'all.
Everybody, I just want you to reference that shirt. I love the play
Kill
on Kill
Bitch.
Bill. He has a song called Kill a Bitch,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's a play on the
Oh, you
Kill
have a song
Bill.
called Kill a Bitch?
It's called Kill a Bitch.
Oh, Kill a
Volume
Bitch.
one.
Kill a
Volume
bitch.
one.
Fuck Bill. Kill a bitch. I'm here for it. Your, I just
Nathaniel
want to
did
say
say
your
it's
video
different.
made me want to go get some Carmax. Yes. I felt Vanjie.
Carmex.
Yes.
What's Carmax?
A lip balm.
A lip balm.
Oh. Okay, all right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having
So
me.
Messiah has been on our show before because he came on with our other
Yes.
great friend, Mr. Bouvier.
The
Mr.
Bouvier, shout out to
Bouvier.
him.
Mr.
Come on,
Bouvier.
Bouvier.
They collaborated. Who's moved to Richmond, Virginia? I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, we didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. My
Yeah, I saw
goodness.
him at the Impulse event last
He'll be
week.
back.
Oh.
He'll be
We're supposed to
back.
be shooting a music video for it.
Which I said, where's the video? I did. Anyway, so Messiah's here, and this is all a part of your new project, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Which is
It's called Center of Attention, which is on all platforms.
Center of Attention.
Period.
All right, all right.
Period.
And what can your audience expect from this project?
It's not just rap, it's R&B on it. I have some stuff that I'm from New York City, so I had to give back to my community and stuff like that. So, y'all know what the Harlem Shake is, right? So I
yes.
have to have some Harlem Shake. I have some twerk music on there. So it's,
Oh, you got some twerk?
yeah, it's an album. So I gave you a legit album.
It's an album with like 10 songs.
It's actually 12.
Okay,
Good for
all
you.
right, Fizz. And it's available on all
Or
platforms,
Apple, Spotify, Amazon.
He gave you a complete dozen.
So tell us about your artistry. How'd you get into this business?
Who is Messiah?
Who is Messiah?
Yes.
So I actually started a couple of years ago. I was 13 years old. I'm 26 now.
A
So,
couple.
That's a couple. My family, they're from a religious background. So, yeah, so I was studying the Bible and I was like, that word. That word.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? And my aunt, she's like, oh, that means the chosen one. I was like, yep, that's me.
All right.
Messiah.
Okay.
Messiah.
All right.
Yeah.
You better study the Bible. Bless
period.
Jesus.
So
Amen.
how long have you been into music?
Since R. Kelly came out.
Oh,
Came out with I don't see nothing with the 12 play.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
No, but my first song that I listened to was I Believe I Could Fly, and I performed that. I was probably in the second grade.
Oh, so you sing too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
he's multifaceted.
You sang.
I do a little something.
Little something. You grew up in the church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. He was studying the Bible.
Yeah.
Right.
He's very
right.
talented. I want to know,
Mhm, go ahead.
there's like an influx of gay rappers that's like on the cusp of being big. I think you are ahead of all of them. I've been following. I'm serious. I've been watching them. I've been watching them, and he knows I've been
Come on,
following
speak in the
him.
mic, speak in
I've
the
been following him for a long time. How far do you think this genre can take you, or from where it used to be? Because I know before, if you came out or if you were gay, you was not accepted into.
I think right now it's like
you just have to have the personality, and you have to have, the tenacity. You just have to just keep going, I remember when I first came into the game, and it was just like nobody.
Right.
I didn't know anybody. I was like, I really thought I was the only gay rapper. And then when I started to, promote myself more, I was like, where did everybody come from?
That's the way it always. Same thing with me.
Bearded queens.
There were no
pioneer.
there were no bearded drag queens. But all of a sudden, they just came out everywhere.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, they're all over the place.
And I want them to get their royalty
The
checks
queens
to you,
coming out
Tony.
with mustaches and all this, and I'm like, oh.
And Goopy. Yeah.
I'm like,
Not to make this about me, but
yes, they owe you a check, Tony. They do owe you a check. But so a good friend of mine, Tamim West, has been out for a while.
Yes.
Tamim is a great rapper, poet, the whole nine. And then you had a group. He was a part of a group, Deep Dick Collective. They were really. Oh yeah.
The Deep
it's like-
Dick Collective?
Yeah.
That's real.
And they were. That's I think 80s. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tamim. 80s or 90s.
The 80s?
Right. And then. But you've had an influx, the guys from the Alliance. I forget their individual names. That's a collaboration.
Jamil, you got to
between
give us the archive.
rap artists.
I'm here
but
for
I
it.
mean, there's always been something. I mean, from the 90s on, there's been some presence, and then you've had some that have been more prominent than others.
I'll say this. I think it's funny because I was having this conversation with a friend of mine about in reference to Pose, and just talking about sometimes it's just the right time.
Mm-hmm, sure.
And we were having this conversation about Pose that right now was just the right timing at the right moment for that show to show up.
The
and
culture
I think
needed
that,
it. Yeah.
Right. And I think right now with all of these things that's happened with the anniversary of Stonewall, and then you have a show like Pose with all of these trans people who are leading actresses, and you have Laverne Cox, and you have what's her name from Louisiana. We just went and saw
Frida.
Big Frida.
Frida.
You got Big Frida.
Yeah, and Frida's a phenomenon.
And I think
herself as well.
now more than any other time is a great time for.
But is your music? I mean, your music sounds very similar to other stuff that's out there to some degree. I mean, it fits with it.
Yeah.
Not that it sounds the same. So, is your music geared specifically for
LGBT?
same gender art, same gender loving communities?
I actually try to steer out of it and then come back into it. So when I first came in, I was doing showcases for straight people, and I was winning these showcases for from 35 to 40 people, and I was winning, and it was ran down with some butch queen, and I had people leaving the clubs and stuff like that. So I had got a manager, and she's like, you have to switch it up. You have to switch it up.
You have to code switch.
They would leave when they heard Butch Queen?
Yeah, and some of the promoters were like,
What you doing?
we might not want you here only because the money is leaving.
Interesting.
Even though I was winning, it was you have to switch it up. So
wow.
Code switch.
Well, I guess the thing is, I mean, music is universal. So, I mean,
But
you're right in line with the contemporary rap music that I hear. So
I'm always interested in influences and historical influences. Rap kind of goes back.
Yeah.
And we've heard, I was at the beginning of it, you and I.
who, you and me?
You and I.
That end.
I didn't start. We were at the beginning of it.
Was I?
Yeah, we were at the beginning
Are you
of it.
trying to say that we're peers?
Jamil, you just gave down the whole archive, starting back in the early 80s.
And rap
Let's go.
But rap was kind of born out of disco.
Disco, it was.
Kind of born out of disco.
Right.
But I'm always
because the kids didn't learn how to play music. So
Well,
they
you know,
decided to sing talk over the music.
they were lifting the disco tracks.
They were.
They were
Right,
lifting
right.
the little tracks.
and jazz tracks.
And jazz tracks.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But my question is, I'd like to know what are your influences, the historical influence and your modern influences?
So you're gonna answer that question. Then we're gonna play another video. Go ahead.
back in the day, I would have Queen Latifah #1.
See? How old are you?
26.
Okay, go ahead.
So she actually is the one who inspired my cover art.
Oh,
Do we have a picture of your cover art?
the cover?
Oh,
can
okay.
we show the Egyptian themed image again, please?
The emote.
Do we have that? There it is. Ooh, all right. Okay.
I feel like you should.
Like you're right. You're sitting on a pyramid. That's what I
Her and Queen Nefertiti.
Yes.
There's an artist named Queen Nefertiti?
No,
No, the Queen of Egypt.
Ancient Egypt.
But there was.
Hello.
But there was a rapper
No, I
called
was just
Nefertiti.
checking. Right, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
You know, Richard. Well, she works with Richard Peltzer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, but Latifah's song that I love was "Give Me Body."
Oh yeah, everybody loves
That's
that.
legend.
Don't make me. Yeah, that was the house song
Don't do
that she
it.
did.
Don't do
Right.
it.
Anyway,
That's
anyway,
a-
so we want to show another video. You pick the video.
Pick
So
the
we-
video.
We showed
Bin
which
Laden.
Queen? We're gonna show Bin Laden. Is that on the current project?
Yes.
All right. So Bin
All
Laden.
right.
That's my number one song.
And what's
It's
the
my
name of the
leading
album
song.
again?
It's called Center of Attention.
Center of Attention.
Center.
This is Bin Laden from Center of Attention.
From
I love
Center of
this
Kick it,
Attention.
PJ.
Been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money beans I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking like been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money bands I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking that pharmaceutical real shit, pop a pill or some ill shit, I've been on some trill shit, still lit, niggas still lit, bitch I bought a bottle like I won a lotto, then I bought a bottle of Goose. I be running niggas, I ain't ducking niggas on the Kool-Aid, some Goose. Spend a couple bands on a dancer, shorty suck a dick for these bands, bro. Shorty asked for another grand, so you know I put the dance, shorty hand. Got a couple cavities in my gold chain, so you know the chain cured the blind now. Jukebox for the house now, cause a mixtape on the vine now. Been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money beans I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking like been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money bands I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money bands I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking. Desire you a beast, I don't wanna be compared. I just won the best award, bitch. I know life isn't fair. They said, Sire, you the king. I said, King conquer small, bitch. You know my name Messiah, and you know I conquer all. I got famous niggas blocking me, wishing their music charted. How you mad because I'm winning? Man, I swear that shit retarded. If your music isn't lit, then you shouldn't have me featured. Got these niggas insecure, and I ain't talking about you, so. Man, I've been trapping since high school, stayed high up in high school, higher than the Eiffel. Don't know why the sky's blue. See me on the same shit, money on some cake shit. When I see that milli, I'm a milli on some Wayne shit. Not a millionaire, but I'm young, trying to be a millionaire. Light skin with Dominican hair. My criteria compared to your career, this isn't fair. You niggas would even dare, even if you niggas cared. Been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money beans I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking like been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money bands I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, been trapping like Bin Laden, Cuban links I've been Latin, money bands I've been adding, I'm still adding, I'm still adding, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking, I'm still stacking.
So a lot of people thought that the song Bin Laden was like basically about, you know, the infamous tragedy, but no. I think in 2003 they came out with some drugs, mainly marijuana,
Right.
in the South called Bin Laden. And I was a teenager, and my sister, she had, introduced it to me, and I was like, "What is this?" She's like, "This is Bin Laden," and I'm like,
Ooh, I don't know drug names.
"Oh, okay, okay,
Street
cool."
drugs, for that matter.
So that's where it came from.
So it's about the drug?
So it's about the drug, yeah.
Okay.
Is it? It's
About
It's
a
like-
about selling the
About
drug.
don't use drugs? Is that what it's
I mean, if we
is that
want
what
to
it's
promote
about?
that, but
this ain't
It's,
there.
it's maybe,
Like Nancy Reagan just say no to Bin Laden?
maybe it's about using it responsibly.
Oh, okay.
responsibly, medicinal-wise.
Medicinal. Bin Laden.
My first line was
Is it
saying,
is
"Got
it something
that
you
pharmaceutical
smoke or
real."
something? Because I saw smoke. I didn't see any injection.
It was hookah, I had
Oh,
to keep
okay.
it clean a little bit,
So that's what it's centered around.
it need to
Yeah.
be clean but dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty,
All
dirty.
right. And you were saying that you write, that you write and produce the music and all the lyrics. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
How in, I'm always hearing people like people accusing of different artists of having a ghost rap writer. How important is that? I mean, is that important?
Is that a big deal?
As a rapper, it's very important.
to write your own?
I mean,
and
Whitney
why-
didn't write music.
She wasn't
She's
a rapper.
a singer,
She's a vocalist.
She can connect.
She was a
vocally.
storyteller.
Like if
is
you're
what
telling
Whitney
somebody
was.
else, like if somebody's telling your story, like rapping wise, it's just like that's not your story. You know what I mean?
I got
Like,
you.
It's not your story.
makes sense
You're telling
now.
somebody else's story.
But like if I read a Nikki Giovanni poem in front of people and I'm moved by it, what's the difference?
But you're not going to read a river,
I'm not
a
gonna
rock, a
think
tree.
that's you. I'm gonna be like, oh, his poem is nice.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not yours. Like the person that wrote it.
Right,
is
but that
nice.
doesn't mean it's not still a great poem.
But I do know.
I don't get it.
Aren't people really critical? They say that what's her name? Cardi B doesn't write her own stuff. Is that? I mean, I'm not trying to get you to say that, but
She couldn't write bitch ho and
You know what? You're not.
I'm not going.
You're not gonna do.
What we're not going to do. We're not going to
can't write
criticize. I'm not going to criticize.
You're
Cardi
not gonna
B.
come for hip hop.
She's a-
That's what
She's
you're
a
not
hustler.
gonna do.
She's a hustler.
Baby, all
People
day.
like the hustle.
The hustle that she
The
got.
hustle that she
yeah,
has.
and I met her, and she was genuinely.
oh, she's
nice.
industrious.
She was a lovely person.
Yeah.
You know, I was listening to a podcast and they said, that's what they talked. They talked about her hustle and they said, don't ever be surprised. Like, she's in it for the hustle. Don't ever be
I'm not
surprised.
mad at her.
In like 5 or 10 years, she's gonna give all of this up and retire with her coin over here and be like, deuces, I did
And
it.
get behind the scenes.
Dip.
But
Right.
so I'm glad because I've always wondered why. Well, what's the big deal if you have a writer or if you wrote it yourself? But that was
Yeah.
Oh.
Or if you have,
Well, you know,
you have
you-
a co-writer. What if you have someone that influences you in your writing? You
For
know what I
like
mean?
hooks and stuff like that, like
But the
for
words?
choruses and stuff like that. Yeah, but if you have to write your own raps.
Well, you know, for years that's kind of been the thing. They said for the longest time that Little Kim, that Biggie was writing Little Kim's
you
lyrics.
can hear it though.
A team of
which is why she
people.
came out with Notorious K.I.M.,
Right.
which was kind of to counter that.
Or I mean, people get around. I mean, a team of writers like that write songs.
well, I get his point now because it
to
seems,
get number ones, yeah, you would need it to.
It seems like in rapping, it's very, like you said, very personal. You talk about your own
It's very
experiences. It's not your
Yeah.
experience. I get it. It's about
I sort of get it. You
I
know,
get
it's
it.
got to be something that's relevant to your messaging or
They're
consistent
not
with
just
it. But,
doing like a
but
hip
you
hop,
have to
hippity,
write
hippity,
it.
hop, hop, it up. Don't stop. They're not doing that no more. So what genre of rap would you consider your music? Because I know that it's gone through different changes. Like right now, the hot genre is trap. Trap, right? Am I behind?
yeah.
If I'm behind, you could tell me.
What
You know, trap
exactly is
trap
trap?
really
music? Who's trap? Who's the
Trap
trap
is like
music
drug
artist?
music.
Like who's a trap artist?
Cardi B.
Cardi B is
She's a
definitely
trap
trap.
artist?
Yeah.
She's a trap artist.
I just thought she was a hip hop artist.
No, I wouldn't ever consider her to be hip hop.
Oh, okay.
She's trap.
Trap.
Okay. And so, and what is trap music?
We got 4
again?
minutes.
What?
Basically, drug music.
Drug
it
music?
drug music?
Drug music, yeah.
What do you mean by drug music? Music
When
you
you
should-
go when you go to the trap, it's like your marijuana, your coke.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Oh, maybe that's why I'm not. It's not resonating with me. I'm not on.
I like Cardi B.
I live for Cardi B.
So
I have a-
where can people see you? That's what I want to know.
Oh, give us your tour dates.
Yes, and
Oh,
we
so
posted your IG, your social media tab.
Start with my social media. So you can find me on Instagram at The Real Messiah. You can find me on Facebook at The Real Messiah. Twitter on The Real Messiah. Everywhere The Real Messiah.
So are you on like a world tour?
So I'm getting ready to come out with some
Tour
good
dates.
dates. Starting, we're gonna do Delaware.
I'm from Delaware. Where in
Are you?
Delaware?
What is this?
Wilmington?
Wilmington. Yes.
That's where the college is.
Make sure you get your money up front.
Oh,
we're
Jamil is
doing
always planting
California.
trees.
We're doing San Diego. We're doing LA.
Fierce.
New Jersey,
Who's
New
your
York,
manager?
of course.
Good for you.
So are you popular abroad as well?
Yeah, I have a lot of fans across the United States and across seas as well. So,
I'm your biggest senior citizen fan.
You better.
I am. I swear I am. I love his
Yes,
music.
yes, he talked you up quite a bit.
Yes,
you.
yes, I
Oh,
did.
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
So are you an independent artist or are you signed
I'm
to a
an
label?
independent artist.
Okay. Do you plan to remain
you-
so or
right.
are you
So
open
I'm-
to labels?
I just got out of a record deal. Only because I just saw the benefits, that I can do on my own. They weren't doing much for me. So it was just like, I might as well go independent. So
Well, I
Yeah,
have a question someone told me I had to ask you. Cardi B or what's her name? Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Ooh, don't start the war.
Somebody asked me to ask you.
I can't put two in the same genre. Like Nicki Minaj is a rapper, and I love Cardi B's energy. So when I want to be like, you know what I'm saying? It's just too different.
Smart answer because you might get a chance to work with both of them. So
I think you
said
will.
Great things about both.
Yeah.
So
I think you will.
the other thing we wanted to make sure you have a signature.
What's your
I have two. So,
signature call?
Give us one and two.
So-
we got 2 minutes.
while I'm in a booth and I'm rapping really fast, sometimes I'll mess up, but a lot of people won't catch it. So I'll go, "Ah!"
Yeah.
So it's like, I just
Oh, it's a
messed that up.
mistake.
Yeah, so that's a mistake.
He did that the last time he was here. Remember, I kept stealing it.
Did you make a mistake when you did it last time, or you just did it?
I don't remember.
So now it's your signature
Yeah.
thing that you do.
My mom actually, she pointed that out. She's like, that's it. And I was like, really? And then there's something.
Your vocal affectation.
Yeah.
I met a transgender rapper. I can't remember her name. She would do a meow to kick off.
Is this the one who was
And I was
the-
like, girl, not the
I
meow.
think I know who you're talking
I don't
about.
think it works. But he said he has two. What's the other
What's
one?
the other one?
It's real obnoxious. So in New York, we go,
Oh, like the Banshee girl.
Okay, that's very Brooklyn.
So,
That's
yeah,
very Brooklyn.
Bush Queen, yeah.
So
All right,
DC version is Girl Live.
I say that to you.
Girl Live.
Well, y'all, any quick questions? We got 30 seconds.
Yes,
Nothing?
any questions at all?
We thank you for
So
coming.
so follow Messiah on Instagram.
IG.
And he's got some tour dates coming up.
Yes.
So
The Real
are you doing like
Messiah.
a release event or party or anything?
So I just had my album release party a couple of weeks ago.
Were we not invited? Did you get an invitation?
Sorry.
We
It was
weren't
so last minute. It was like my album just came out. I need to do this like right now, and
Okay.
we hooked it up. It was
Next
a
time.
smash.
Next time, contact
Well, I don't know
us.
about you. I don't know about y'all,
That's
but
not
I know
cool.
I will be on that guest
All right,
list.
y'all. Well, I want to say we want to thank our guests. Thank Messiah for
Thank you,
joining us.
Messiah.
Thank you guys
Great
for
show.
coming
And
back
we'll-
to
And
visit
we'll show the
Twister.
other video some other time.
I'm so
Right there,
happy
we'll
that
show
you
that.
came.
All right, thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
This leopard shirt is so cute. We are there.
Hey.
And we'll see you next week. And I don't know who our
We'll
guest
see you
is
next week.
but we'll figure it out. All right.
Figure it out.
See y'all.
Bye, you
See you
guys.
next
Thank
week.
you.